The lawmakers are back in session. We're with one of them now, Representative Jason Zachary. He represents part of Knox County. Good to see you. You started on Tuesday. Let's start with your priorities this session.
Sure. Priority one is always passing a balanced budget, being fiscally conservative. For a state legislator, that's always priority one for us. But for me personally, I've had some real conversations with Senator Hagerty's team regarding some of the concerns about China buying up agricultural land in Tennessee. So I'm going to be a part of that bill. Central bank digital currency is a big concern, so I've got legislation to address that. And then also we took one step last year regarding ESG scores and prohibiting the state from making investments based upon an ESG score. And so we're going to look at doing the fair access legislation this year that looks at financial institutions in the private sector.
And for our viewers who don't know, ESG scores, explain that.
Environmental, social, and governance scores, basically a non-financial metrics to that people use for lending and other things. It has nothing to do with actually your financial ability to pay or meet an obligation.
Let's talk about what your colleagues' priorities are. What are you hearing is going to be the biggest topic?
Sure. Well, by far the biggest topic is going to be the Education Freedom Scholarship, ESA vouchers. People call it all different things, but that's going to be that'll be the top thing discussed without question throughout session.
You have been up and then down against vouchers.
John, I've been on all sides of the issue.
Yes, you have. So explain why you switched positions.
Sure. Yeah. A couple of years ago, we took the vote the first time, and at that time, a report came out where Knox County was about $5.7 million short. And so I do support school choice, but at that time, in order to leverage my vote to get Knox County what we needed to bring us whole, I told them I could not support vouchers unless we made Knox County whole. And so toward the very, very end, I'm talking the very end, we reached an agreement. I was able to help Knox County, and so I was able to support it.
Let's talk about where it goes from here. Do you support expanding vouchers all across the state of Tennessee?
I support school choice, and I do support an expansion, but it's important for Tennesseans to remember, your East Tennessee viewers, there is no legislation right now. There is no language. So anyone that says they have an idea what the specifics are going to look like, they don't, because there is no language. And as I told you before we came on, I talked to the Speaker's Chief of Staff before I came over here. They don't even know when the language is going to drop. So right now, to talk about specifics, I simply don't have the ability to do so because no language has been dropped.
We are learning from the pilot projects in those 3 counties that students in those schools are performing worse than students in public schools. Does that give you pause?
Well, it's important to look at the data, and actually one of the data points we discussed yesterday in one of the meetings, I literally just got back today where I've been at the Capitol this week. One of the things we discussed today was that the fact that we've got this pilot program where 5,000 students have the opportunity to take advantage, and right now that number is about 2,600. So we have to look at all the data to be able to make the best decision for this expansion moving forward, if that's the best thing for the people of the state. And again, once we see the details, we'll be able to make a better determination how we move forward.
Representative Jason Zachary, always appreciate the time. We'll be back with you throughout session.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
You, sir.
Thanks for having me.